Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about Real Housewives of Potomac Season 6, Reunion Part 1. Now, when the reunion starts off, Andy is kind of going around the room saying hey to everybody and things of that nature, and they're kind of, doing a little banter back and forth. And then he asks Ashley, who does she think is the best dress on the reunion that year? And she says, Mia. And not gonna lie, Mia's dress is killing some. She's wearing it. It fits her. It looks good on her. And it is a nice dress. Baby, Wendy shot a look that was like... And it's like, girl, you have been shading Mia since you very first met her. Because if you remember in the first couple of episodes, Mia and Wendy were not getting along. I mean, I can't say that they weren't really getting along, but Wendy was really being shady towards Mia. It was like she had some kind of animosity toward her. And I really feel like it was because when she first met her at her Happy and Nest display party, that Mia kind of topped her with all of the things that she had done. And so Wendy was like, how dare you upstage me, because everybody is talking about what you have done and they're asking you all of these questions about what you've had done, and they're not paying any attention to Happy and Nest. Girl, Happy and Nest was just not it according to the other girls. He gets right into it. He starts with Gizelle and her fashions. Now, it take Karen to drag Gizelle and her fashions because they are off, honey. And then, Mia, was looking like, And everybody had this look on their face like, yeah, Gizelle, you be out of there on the fashions. Like, everybody is wanting to know about this woman's fashions. Like, I don't believe Gizelle have no stylist. I think she her own stylist. Because anytime I see her with clothes or anything having to do with packing or getting dressed or anything like that, she laying the outfit out on the bed. So Gizelle her own stylist. She don't have nobody helping her. Now, in my opinion, I feel like Gizelle is really doing the best she can. She on there. She don't have a husband. She don't have anybody to finance the things that she has going. She's trying to build her home. She's trying to raise these 3 kids. So fashion probably just not on her mind right now. You know what I'm saying? So she get what she can when she can, and however it look, it just look. So right after they finished talking about Gizelle's non-fashion sense, they immediately jump back to Mia, and they're talking about her strip club days. And it's like, okay, so we've already established that this girl used to work at a gentleman's club. She met her husband at a gentleman's club, and she has moved on from it. But anyways, they wanted to know how she became a business owner. Does her husband own any part of her business and things of that nature? And it's like, she's already given this story multiple times. It's like, why are y'all trying to act like her math isn't mathing? Now, of course, she did have that snafu where she couldn't remember who was older or how much older he was than her, but I just think she's not good in math. At the end of the day, I just feel like she just probably wasn't good in math. She just really didn't know off the top of her head, oh, he's 25 years older than me, or he's 30 years older than me, unless she was really lying about her age. I don't see why she would lie about his age, but I can see her lying about her age. Now, then they go back to Gizelle, and then this time they're talking to Gizelle about Jamal. Now, I feel like if Gizelle would just own up to the fact that it wasn't a good look for her to get back with Jamal, that it would be even better for her and people could just move on from it. But it's like she got this tough exterior with her friends, and she's not being vulnerable with her friends, and that's where the issue comes in. And it's like you talk about everybody else and they man and they business, but when it comes to you and yours, you are tight-lipped. It's like, I don't have no business to share with y'all. Like, y'all cool, but we ain't that cool. Like, even with Robin, she did kind of let Candiace in a little bit by telling her that, we're not in a good place. We really haven't been talking since the pandemic, things of that nature. But at the end of the day, she really don't share with them too much about Jamal. And I think the reason is because she's really embarrassed that he has made a fool of her for a second time. Now, I would just admit that if I was her, I was like, you know what? I wanted to get my family back together. I thought he had changed. He was coming at me different. And, for the sake of our children, I decided to, try to work on my family. But he hadn't changed. He's still the same person. And so it is what it is. It won't be a third time, and y'all don't even have to worry about that. And so now that that's done and out the way, we don't have to talk about Jamal no more, because he's not on this show and he's not in my life, period. And that could have been that on that. Now, after he talks to Mia and Gizelle, he moves on over to Candiace. Now, Candiace, okay. Let's talk about Candiace now. He's asking her questions about her mother and her relationship with Chris, and then she starts breaking down, talking about how her family isn't going to be the same. And I can understand what she was saying when she was like, you know, my mama saying all of these things about my husband, and I have to go around his family for the holidays, and I have to be around these people, and it's like, this is your mother, you know what I'm saying? And she's on national TV talking all of this noise about him, and that's probably why she was saying her family will never be the same, is because these people are going to be looking at her different. Really and truly, her mama don't really need to be on the show, because she do too much, and it's like, she is adding more issues to their relationship than really needs to be, because Candiace is hell by herself. Like, she always talks to her husband crazy on the show, and it's like she's very disrespectful towards him, you know, and he was trying to calm her down and bring her back to reality and let her know, hey, you be going off on the wrong things, some of this shit don't even matter. But it's like she just feel like she needs to blow up. Andy had asked her earlier in the episode, how did she feel about Mia? And she was like, I loved her, you know, before all of this other stuff had happened. Now, let me just say, I really feel like Wendy, you know, did that on purpose, simply because she was already feeling some type of way about Mia, you know what I'm saying? So she hurried up and ran back and told Candiace what Mia had said, but she did not tell her that her mother was going around asking and making comments about her husband to other people as well on the video set. And I also feel like it was part editing as well, because, you know, they didn't show any conversation between Mia and Dorothy, other than Mia just saying what she said. Now, here's my thing on it. I feel like that was a missed opportunity for them to go ahead and squash that and get it out the way, because at the end of the day, Mia really didn't know much about Candiace at that time. You know what I'm saying? They weren't really friends, and she hadn't had any one-on-one time with her prior to that. So she didn't know what Candiace's budget was like. She didn't know what to expect when she came onto the shoot. But everybody have to keep in mind that Mia thinks and speaks from a business point of view. Like, she relates everything back to business. You know what I'm saying? So when she walked up and it wasn't that, from her business point of view, it was like, oh, okay, well, this is low budget because they're missing these attributes that at most video shoots they do have. And I feel like she wasn't privy to the fact that there was no record label pushing this. This was Candiace. So she didn't really mean nothing by it, but of course it was all blown out of proportion for the season. And that brings me to what's going to happen in episode 2, where Mia calls Candiace a hood rat. She really is. If you think about it, it's like you grew up so privileged and you had all of these opportunities and you was a beauty pageant and queen and all of these other things, but the way you blow up and cuss people out and you know, turn up, it's like you really is a rat. Like, so that's absolutely true. That part is absolutely true. And so after them discussing how Candiace is the common denominator of all of the things, she, you know, Gizelle made the statement, and I'm pretty sure everybody in their minds were agreeing with that statement. Like, you know, if she would have popped you, then I'd have been like, okay, well, you know. And that's where it ends pretty much. So I'm guessing that on part 2, Candiace is going to react to that statement. And then, of course, they're going to bring out the husband. So we'll see how that goes then. And I can't wait, because it's going to be a lot more turnt when they get to part 2. But anyways, that's all I have for you guys today. If you have any comments, drop them down in the comment box. Let me know how you felt about the episode. And until next time, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you then.